Hi guys, today I am going to be making a video about my apartment here in Guadalajara, Mexico, and also just talking a little bit about the general cost of living. I have had this apartment for 3 months. As a traveler, that's a pretty long time, so I am going to be traveling somewhere else soon. So yeah, you're gonna see my apartment. This is right outside my apartment right now. There's kind of a little garden that you walk in, and I love it because it just looks really refreshing every time I come in. As you walk in the gate, you see this lovely kind of garden. That is my window there. And this tree up here is actually a guava tree. So they drop down on the ground all the time here, like that. They smell really good. So all of this here just smells amazing, like tropical fruits, and I don't think I can film them, but there are hummingbird nests up there. And the hummingbirds come to my window very often, and they look in the window, and we see them all the time. I don't think you can see them well at all, but those are the hummingbird nests. This is my apartment. This is kind of both the living room and the kitchen area. This is where we work all the time and spend a lot of the day. This is where I work on my computer. There's my camera. I just love this window. It looks out into this garden. Pretty basic living room. This, I guess, is the kitchen. This couch, when you sit down on it, it's like an entrapping couch because it's basically at an angle, so you're like falling backward as you sit on it, and then when you try to get up, it doesn't let you. Leaving the kitchen behind, you go over here. This is the bedroom. The bed is not normally made so neatly. Some more windows. I love all the natural light in this apartment, and as you can see, it looks out into this pretty garden. Okay, moving on. This is the closet, which I don't really want to show you because I think it's just gonna look like a catastrophe. It does. It's where we keep all of our clothes, obviously. I don't even know why I need to say that. Staying here for such a long time in traveler terms made Livy and I go a little crazy with clothes. I'll have to get rid of tons of stuff when we leave. Actually, most of this is Livy's. He has way more clothes than I do. This is the exciting bathroom, so it's really thrilling. Sink here and luxurious shower, as you can see. And yeah, that's the really exciting bathroom. Then you go back over here and you're just back where you started. So that's my apartment here in Guadalajara. I hope that wasn't too boring. I always love watching apartment tour videos on YouTube, but then when I try and do my own, I always just feel like they are so boring. I hope that wasn't the case. That's my apartment here in Mexico, but how much does it cost to actually live in Mexico? I think as with any country, that is a impossible question to just answer in a few straight numbers just because people have different lifestyles. I'm just gonna tell you what my cost of living is here in Mexico as a kind of long stay traveler. Also keep in mind that I am living in a city. Guadalajara is the capital of the Mexican state of Jalisco. Obviously, living in a city downtown is going to be more expensive. So $1 US is equivalent to 18 Mexican pesos plus 7 cents. So just to kind of round it off a little, I normally think that every 20 pesos is about $1. So how much do I pay for this apartment? I pay 8,000 Mexican pesos per month for this apartment. That is equal to $442 in US dollars. I live here with Livio, who's been in a lot of my videos. You've probably seen him. So split between 2 people, that's only $221 per month for rent. Our apartment comes with cable TV, Wi-Fi, electric, water, trash. There's even a cleaning lady that comes and cleans twice a week, and all of that is included in the rent. Even though paying $221 per month for rent is amazing and so cheap to me, this is actually kind of more on the expensive side, and if we had wanted to sacrifice a little bit on location or the services that the apartment comes with, then we could have paid even half that easily. But we are located in a very nice area of Guadalajara, just a few blocks from a really popular busy street called Chapultepec that always has just stuff going on, and then a few streets the other way is a university, so it's just a really good area and also safe, and that was really important to us. Okay, so how much are my other expenses living in Mexico? Livia and I go to the supermarket about once every 2 weeks, and we pay around 500 pesos every time. Again, split between 2 people, that is 250 pesos. 250 pesos equals about $14. Paying $14 for groceries for 2 weeks is really good. We like to go out to eat a lot, so I'd say that we go out to eat once or twice a week, and maybe that is 150 to 200 pesos every time we go out and eat. That's for a full dinner and drinks as well. Here in Mexico, the Ubers are super cheap, especially if you get Uber Pool, which we've been doing lately, and it's like even cheaper. So the other day we got an Uber to Centro, which is about 15 minutes away, and it was the equivalent of 50 cents. 50 cents. So something I do every morning is I walk and get a coffee, which is only 20 pesos. And I kind of started thinking, like, I do this every morning. Maybe I'm spending too much money, you know, on coffee, and I shouldn't do it. But as I said, 20 pesos is about $1. So then I was like, okay, if I do it once a day, then I'm only spending $30 a month to have this awesome, huge cup of coffee every day. I think that is pretty worth it. So this is considering that I am splitting the cost between 2 people because I live here with Livio. So all of my expenses living in Mexico: rent, 4,000 pesos a month; groceries, about 500 pesos a month; Uber, about 200 pesos a month; and eating out, 500 pesos a month, more or less, más o menos. That brings us to a total of 5,200 pesos, and in US dollars, that is only $287.68. So that is about what I spend here living in Mexico for a month. I hope that this video, what am I doing? Hope that this video was informative for some of you out there, or interesting. Also, update, at the end of August, Livio and I are moving on from Guadalajara. We will be moving out from this apartment that I just took the time to show you. We have no idea really what country we'll be in. Anyway, I will let you know when I know where we're going, and I'll be filming my adventures and stuff and keep letting you know what's going on. So hope you liked the video. If you could subscribe, then that would be super, super awesome, and I will see you again soon. Bye!